What's up, Facebook? What y'all doing? You already know we tapped in on this live, man. About to lock in. I've been gone for a couple days. As y'all can see, I went to the beach to get some vacay. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the thing about this, you know, years, man. A year, 12 months, right? When you're trying to put together a successful year, you know, you're going to need to relax, you know? Sometimes we got to take breaks, man. Sometimes we got to refocus and come back in, you know? And that's what I had to do, man. I had to take me a little focus break, but I'm back and I'm tapped in, yo. Shout out to the collective. What's up? What's up? Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. It's been some days, right? It's been some days. It's been like 4 or 5 days since y'all seen me. But yo, we needing my breaks, man. But chat, we gonna go on at least a 7 day consistent run. All this week, we tapped in Master Key program. We busting down Monday. We're starting at lesson 1. So if you haven't caught up with all the lessons, here it is. We starting brand new. We starting out fresh. Oh shit. Excuse me, Facebook. Let me get y'all so y'all can see me good. Yeah, we starting out new. We starting out fresh. Um, and yeah, we starting with lesson 1, man. Yo, no, I was thinking about when you come to the realization that right now on Earth, this is a spirit realm. Earth is infested with different spiritual beings. And you have to develop the ability to see through the physical. And not only just be caught up in this physical reality, you gotta be able to see through everything, man. A lot of y'all are dealing with people who are heavily influenced by spirits. Um, and yeah, man. So we're gonna tap in this morning, man. We're gonna tap in this morning. Let me take the grill out, man. Need to relax. But a lot of y'all, bro, well, you know, a lot of people, man, we got to come to this understanding that the physical realm is the spirit realm, man. There's a lot of spiritual beings. This is the spirit realm. You are a spirit. You know, a lot of people that you're dealing with have spirits. They are spirits. And a lot of people, when you think spirit realm, right, you want to think of, you want to see, you know, when you think spirit realm, you're thinking you're going to see ghosts or, you know, the shit they show you in movies. But, bro, we live in the spirit realm. This is a spirit realm, man. And every day there is a spiritual battle going on. And you have to become great at identifying things that are happening in the background. You have to become good at seeing through the layers to protect yourself. And so, lesson 1 today, we're starting fresh, guys. I've been gone for a week. And so today, if you're just now catching, we're starting all over. We're going through we're going 7 days straight, whole Master Key program. I will not let you guys down. I'll be here every morning for the next 7 days. Boom, we're running through all these lessons. And this is lesson 1. What is the matrix? Who is our enemy? And you gotta understand the spiritual battle that we in. All right, so guys, I don't know if you understand this, but currently we are all in the middle of spiritual warfare. Yes, little old you You don't just have a regular life, brother, sister. Your life is not just a normal, even if you feel like you just going to a 9 to 5 and you go home and you kick it with the kids. No, you're in spiritual warfare. What does spiritual warfare look like? Relationship issues, health, diet, all of that shit is spiritual warfare. And you got to understand this about life. All right? You know, that discipline. When you know you on a diet, but you want to eat some bullshit, that's spiritual warfare. When you know you said you ain't indulging in intimacy, right? You ain't doing sex, but you still thinking about it, and you sliding. You might want to do it. That's spiritual warfare. When you don't feel like going to work, but you still gotta go. That's spiritual warfare, chat. You got to come to the understanding that everything in your life is some type of spiritual warfare or spiritual test. You are not just living in the physical. This is the spirit realm. And you are incarnated as a human being, and you got to move through that, bro. And you got to you got to be able to see that. You got to be able to see when you're spiritually being attacked, when you're spiritually being tested. Right? Now, let's talk about this. Jay, when you say this is the spirit realm, what do you mean? Souls. This is where the souls are. Right? You're a soul. I'm a soul. Everybody's not a soul, but there are a lot of souls who have been trapped here, reincarnating, back to back to back to back. This is how you gotta know this is the spirit realm, bro. And it's hard to get through this. It's hard to pass through this. Right? Yeah. So let's tap in, man, because you're alive. But do you know there's a lot of people you come into contact with who are not alive like you? Do you know you have to fight to become alive in this reality? What do you mean, Jay? What are you talking about? Let's tap in. So it's coming to me, guys. We start out dead in this reality. How many of you have come to an awakening, right? How many of you have come to an awakening, and when you look back on your life, you're like, bro, was I asleep? Was I really dead? Because life don't look the same as it looked back then. How many of y'all, think about this. Think about when you was 20, when you was 21. And for you young people in the chat that have that you're elevating and you're gaining knowledge at that age, I salute you. That's rare. Right? We gotta salute them young elders out there, man, who's starting this process off earlier than we did. Right? But when I look back on my years, when I look back in my 20s, I realized I was dead, bro. I wasn't alive. I just started living in the last 2-3 years at 30. And so this is what I mean when I say, yo, a lot of motherfuckers ain't even alive right now. A lot of people, they think that they making choices. They not. All their choices is based off programming. They think that they're doing things. They think that they doing this, they doing that. They not, bro. Shout out to Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. It's a lot of motherfuckers dead, man. You around a lot of, stop hanging out with dead people. For real. You only want to be around alive. Some of y'all in relationships with dead folks. People who have no awareness that there's anything past the physical. This reality is more than a physical place. That is the illusion that they want you to get caught up in. This is the spirit realm. How do we know? There are literally souls here. Souls and spirit is the same thing. Let's tap in, man. Yo, if you're new, Go ahead and write new in the chat. My name is Jay Originator. If you tapped in with us for the first time, it ain't by chance that you found this. You found this because you're tapped in. Listen, I am not a spiritual person. I am a spirit. Please do not put me in that box of a spiritual nigga. Don't compare me to the Rashad Jamals, the motherfucking Nature Boys, and all these other spiritual niggas. What is it? So Illuminati. Don't compare me to them niggas. I'm not no spiritual nigga. I'm breaking free from the matrix. You feel me? Spiritual niggas. That's a box. That's a category. You cannot categorize a nigga like me, right? I just want to say that. Don't let them put you in a box. Just because you spiritual, don't mean you got to wear crystals. You know, that's NPC behavior, thinking that because, you know, I'm into my spirit, I got to put on a crystal or I got to look a certain type of way. That ain't how this shit really go. That's NPC shit. All right? Pay attention, man. It's the ones that you can't pinpoint, that's the problem. Them the problems. So, if you found this live for the first time, I need you to understand you're tapped in, right? This is how life operates. Life works like this. It resonates through frequency. So if I popped up on your For You page for the first time today and you're scrolling, it is because you are tapped in. It is not by chance. You are here for a reason. You already know that. You resonate with my voice because you know it. We know each other from spirit. Now, chosen one, I need you to understand this. This is not a place of race. It's not a place of religion. It's not a place of hate. It's a place of consciousness unification. All right, this is where consciousness comes and we unify. We collectively agree. Now, because we are co-creators of this reality, our conscious agreement shifts timelines. So when we sit here and we agree with one another, right? When I say 111 in the chat, that's us collectively agreeing. Every time we collectively agree, we shift this timeline, man. So shout out to everybody that's in here. And let's tap in, bro. Yo, I've been gone for like a week. I've been on vacation. I've been cooling. And I'm back, right? And this week, I'm going to be up here for 7 days straight because I took 7 days to myself. I'm going to be up here for 7 days. And we're going to go from lesson 1 all the way through the week. All right? As much information as we possibly can. Now, a lot of y'all got to come up and wake up to the fact that you are in spiritual warfare. All right, chosen one? I don't care if you accomplish anything in life. I don't care if you haven't accomplished anything in life. I don't care if people would not call you successful. I need you to understand, incarnating as a human being is highly successful, period. This is one of the hardest things to do in existence. All right, as a spirit, you just being here is you're already a warrior for that. All right, you got to understand that. Give yourself some grace, pat yourself on the back. It is not easy being a human, especially because you are not a human. You are a spiritual entity trying to master the physical. Think about this. I want you to look at life like this. You're a spirit. And right now, you don't have access to any of your powers. You're not immortal right now. You can have a mortal death. You can't fly. You feel pain. You got all these limitations on you. That's why life is hard. Because you are a limitless being who's living a life of limitation for the purpose of learning and becoming stronger. All right, this is what life is about. Ascension is a process of how souls evolve. This human body is literally like a cocoon. I say this all the time. Butterflies, caterpillars, they go into cocoons and they become butterflies. Spirits or souls incarnate as humans. The next step is God. So you gotta understand, bro, you in your God training right now. This shit ain't easy. All right? This is why life is hard. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're successful. It doesn't matter if you have money. What matters is you got up today, focused, willing to go hard, willing to try, willing to work. And that's what this is about. So your finances might not be the way that you want them to be. You might not be living the type of life that you're seeing for yourself. You might not be in the career where you want to be at. But just waking up as a person every day is an accomplishment in itself. This is not easy, especially when you are operating manually. I need you to understand that, Chosen. You're in the middle of a spiritual war. This is spiritual warfare. But why? Jay, you just told us that we're here to learn. You just told us that we're here to expand. So why are we going through spiritual warfare? Because, Chosen One, there are forces that wish to keep you here. There are forces that don't want you to level up. There are forces that don't want you to evolve. And you got to be able to see that. Yo, how many of y'all, right? How many of y'all have been in situations where it just seemed like life was coming at you? One thing after another. Girlfriend tripping, boyfriend tripping, car start fucking up, kids being bad in school, all types of shit going wrong at one time, man. Y'all know that's spiritual warfare, right? Y'all know that's spiritual test, right? And if you ain't aware of this, man, it can get out of hand. But see, your awareness and your thought process, your consciousness, this is a shield, right? You have to become aware. See, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I'm going to tell you something, sis. You can't be in a relationship with everybody. See, a lot of y'all are starting to feel like, man, maybe I just need to be single. It's not that you just need to be single. You're in spiritual warfare. Your partner is going to inherit your spiritual warfare. That's why you can't just be with anybody. You can't be with someone who is unaware of this matrix. You can't be with people who are unaware that this is a spiritual thing. Because they're going to be used against you by the spirits. That's why a lot of y'all done been in relationships where you thought you had your person and then the shit just turned sour. Shorty done betrayed you. Dude done start wilding. Because you can't just fuck with anybody. You're in spiritual warfare. Your enemies ain't humans. Your enemies are entities. Because you are an entity who has decided to ascend. And that's why things start to get out of hand in these relationships. You got to make sure that your partner has the awareness that you do. Because if they are unaware, especially in these times, Chosen One, they will be used against you. And what you'll notice about these people, they are unaware. They don't even know that they're doing the things that they're doing. They don't even know they made you feel some type of way. They have no clue. You got to understand what's going on. So what is the matrix? Right? And if you found me for the first time, welcome in. This is lesson number 1. We are starting it off fresh week. I just got off vacation. And so we're riding through the whole shit this week. Right? So we're on lesson number 1. What is the matrix? The first thing that you got to understand about this matrix, Chosen One, is that you have full power and control over this matrix. The first thing you got to understand about this matrix, chosen one, is that it's literally a mirror. Let's talk about it. Shout out to the collectors. So, the first thing you got to realize about this reality, chosen one, is that you're the one generating it. Excuse me. Right? And we can prove this by simple quantum physics. Let's look at quantum physics for a second. Let's look at the observer effect. Now, what is the observer effect? The observer effect is one of the main principles in quantum mechanics, all right? And this principle states how reality operates based on the observer, you. All right? So, the first thing you got to understand about the matrix, chosen, is that you're controlling it. You, yes, you. You have more control over your life than what they taught you. You have way more control over your reality and the outcomes than you could possibly imagine. Let me see something real quick. If you have no clue what the observer effect is, if you have never heard of the observer effect, drop a 111 in the chat. Let's see how many people have never heard of this. And don't lie about it. If you ain't never heard of this shit, drop a 111 on it. It's cool. That's why you're here. It's time for you to gain real information that you ain't gonna find nowhere, right? It's chat. Y'all see how many people dropping 111s in here? Right? I'm about to put you on game. Y'all see how many people dropping 111s? And it's crazy, right? It's people, grown people, they have no awareness of this at all. See, guys, I'm telling you, if you found this live today, it's because you walked through a portal. Awareness is a portal, chat. And the fact that you're becoming more aware, that means you already done timeline shifted. You probably woke up feeling like, yo, something's weird. You timeline shifted. That's why you're here right now. All right, let's look at this. Now, guys, to everybody that dropped the 111 in the chat and you don't know what the observer effect is, Facebook, y'all can't see it because I don't have green screen. If you want to see the actual pictures on the background, you can go stream right now on YouTube at originator or TikTok at originator111. I do have an actual picture up displaying. All right, Facebook. So if y'all want to see it, come over here. So if we look, right? First and foremost, I'm going to say this. The observer effect is not a conspiracy theory. This is mainstream science. This has been proven with numerous experiments. One of the most famous experiments is called the double slit experiment, which was first done in 1953. They have known about this forever. All right, guys, this is why Elon Musk can sit up here and say he's 99% sure we're in a simulation, because they understand this type of information. All right, so what is the observer effect? The first thing that you got to understand about this reality is that your attention is magic. Your attention is currency. Your attention is currency. Now, guys, if this is your first time hearing this, pay attention. Cut out the distractions. The Matrix is going to try to distract you right now because you are about to hear some information that is going to change your life. So, you got to understand, the real currency in the Matrix is your attention. This is the reason why there's TVs everywhere. This is the reason why you got a smartphone. You got all these devices. This is why when kids come into this reality, what they want, you get the tablet. They want to just sit there and watch some shit all day, right? Attention is the currency. Now, how can we prove this? TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. What do these apps pay for? They pay creators based on how many views you get, right? What is a view? That's when you watch me. That's when you watch my content. I get paid on how many people watch my content. That is attention. You want to know why entertainers, athletes, musicians make more money than doctors and politicians and all that shit? Because attention is the currency. That's why NBA players make millions, because they fill stadiums. That's why singers make millions, because they fill stadiums. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand, bro, how much power we got just right there. Listen, everybody that's rich and famous, we made them famous. Think about that. We made them rich because we paid attention to them. Now you're starting to understand how this matrix works a little bit. That's why they constantly putting people in your face. That's why they constantly putting shit in your face, because they need your attention. Your attention is the currency. Think about this. If we woke up today and we said, yo, I'm not watching sports no more. Billions of people decided we was done with sports. Guess what would happen? There would be no more $1 million athletes anymore. Eventually, 10 years down the road, after we stop watching sports, the NBA wouldn't exist anymore. NFL wouldn't exist anymore. So you got to understand the power that you have, chosen one, just by paying attention to shit. Right? Everything is an energy exchange. A lot of y'all don't realize the shit you focus on, you're buying it. Think about this, right? You in here right now and you're paying attention to what I'm saying. You're listening to what I'm saying, you're hearing it, and you're processing it. What am I giving you in return for your attention? I'm giving you knowledge. I'm giving you awareness. Right? Which is some of the best things that you could purchase in this reality with your attention. Why do we watch things that make us scared? Why do we purchase fear with our attention? Why do we purchase hate? Why do we watch things that make us feel hate? Stop paying attention to the shit. I promise you. If we want to change the world, the first thing we got to do as a collective is we got to take our attention back. And we got to focus on what we want to instead of what they put in front of us to focus on. So if we look at this, right? The magic of attention. Why is your attention the currency? Why? Why is your attention currency? Why does your view put money in a creator's pocket? Because your attention and focus creates reality or makes it operate. Let's talk about it. So we look at this observer effect. All right, guys, like I said, this is not a conspiracy. This is an experiment that was done and proven. This is how reality works. And I often see it every day. I use the observer effect every day. Now, if we look at it, what does it say? Before observation, waves spread out over space and time. Before observation, waves spread out over space and time. What does that mean? How do we observe in this reality? You can see, you can taste, you can smell, you can hear, and you can touch. These are all ways that you observe this reality. What is a wave? A wave, right? These are particles, atoms, neutrons, sophrons, photons, electrons, molecules, right? This is all mass and matter before it's in the physical state. It's all in a wave. Right? You ever looked outside on a hot summer day and you look down the street and the reality looked like that bitch water, it looked wavy? This is because before reality pops into place, it is in a wave state. All right? So, before observation, wave spread out over space and time. Wave equals particles. Now, imagine this tablet, right? What if this tablet started to spread out over space and time? What would happen? It would literally disappear. It would no longer be in existence. If this tablet started to spread out over space and time, you would not see it anymore. Right? So before you observe, shit doesn't exist. Shit is not in reality. Your mind changes the reality. At the time of observation, particles localize space-time event. At the time you observe, things fall into place the way that they should be because you are observing it. What you don't see is not here. You gotta understand that. First thing you gotta know about the Matrix is that you are generating and programming this reality. Now, your observation makes reality pop into place. This is scientifically proven. This is facts. This is not an opinion. Your observation makes shit react and act a certain type of way. How do you program reality? There's a little thing called belief. This is why media wants you to believe in certain shit. This is why the media wants you to think that the world is going a certain direction. This is why the media wants you to think you have to be a certain type of way, or people have to be a certain type of way. Because if they can make you believe it, it becomes true. Chosen one, the first thing that you need to know about this reality, this matrix, is that you have all the fucking power. It's the first thing you gotta understand. You're generating and programming your reality based on your perception and your belief. It's the first thing that you have to understand about the matrix. 111's in the chat if you're ready to take your power back. If you realize and agree that you are the most powerful being in your reality, drop a 111 on me. Let's do it. Now, how many of y'all, right? And this is something that we got to talk about. Now, the next thing that you got to know about this reality. What is the matrix, right? The next thing you got to know about this reality. I see a lot of y'all dropping them 111s on, man. Let's shift this reality, chat. Every time we collectively agree, we shift this reality, man. 111s in the chat. Some people left out. It's crazy how I say, man, do you believe you the most powerful being in your reality? Motherfuckers dipped out. That's how you know the ops be in here listening, trying to control some shit. The ops be in here, man. I'm telling y'all, man, the ops be in here. They hate me. They see me as a threat. Because I am. So, the second thing you gotta understand about this reality, chosen one, is you are not a human being. This is the second thing you have to know about your reality. You are not this body. All right? You are not the human body. You are the consciousness that is in control of the human body. Chosen one. All right? You are the energy, the decision, the communication. All right? You have to understand that. You are not the body. You are the controller of the body. When they get you to believe that you are the technology, for one, you don't never know how to use it. And for two, you lose your sovereignty in this reality. All right? Now, how do we know that the body's technology? Right? What is the body? The body is your vessel. It's your ticket into the 3D reality. You cannot experience 3D life without a body. All right, this is your ticket in. All right, how do we know that the body's technology? For one, it has an electromagnetic field, right? Your body has an electromagnetic field. This is scientifically proven. You can go look it up, right? Why do you think you got an electromagnetic field? Because your body attracts. Life is all about attracting the things that you want. Remember this, chosen one. You don't gotta chase a goddamn thing. You have an electromagnetic field. Everything can be attracted. Everything. Money, women, men, jewelry, abundance, success. You have an electromagnetic field for a reason. Get out the habit of chasing shit. Stop chasing that girl. Stop chasing that man. Stop chasing that fucking money and figure out how to make it come to you. Use your power. We don't run and chase. We attract. This is why you have an electromagnetic field. See, a lot of people don't even understand the real nature of the human being. They don't understand this shit. They just think it's some regular shit. No, a human is anything but regular. You got all these senses. You have all these abilities to tap into shit that's not even around you. You have the ability to attract whatever. A human being is not regular, bro. They want you to think that. They want you to think that. They want you to think that this is not divine, but this human body is divinity. You can attract the best things in life, or you can attract hell. It's all into your knowledge of how to use this tech. How else do we know that the body is biotech or technology? It requires charging. What do you mean, Jay? I don't charge up. Yes, the fuck you do. Every time you eat, that's charging. Every time you sleep, that's charging. You can't just go on without sleeping. You can't go on without eating. Just like this tablet, I can't leave it on for 100 days with no charge. It's gonna die. Right? Yeah, the body needs charge too. How else do you know that this body's tech? You can get surgery, bro. Your heart go bad. If you got enough money, you can go get another one. So this body's technology, bro. Somebody said, be careful of what you put in your vessel. Yes. You don't go out here and put the wrong gas in your car. A lot of y'all don't realize your diet is stopping your manifestations. A lot of y'all don't understand you can't attract shit because you ain't got good health. A lot of y'all don't realize you ain't attracting shit that you want in life because you don't exercise. Simple shit. You ain't eating the right shit. If you change your diet and you start working out, man, you'll be surprised at how much you start to be able to attract things in your life by just eating right and working out every day. I'm trying. Health is wealth. Hey, look. One thing about us, excuse me, chat. Excuse me, Facebook. One thing about us, though, chat, right? I'm going to say this. Somebody said health is wealth. Guys, one thing about this matrix, the matrix, it tells you shit in little ways, and you got to decipher it. When they say health is wealth, it's not all about living as long as you can, right? That's not what they're talking about. They literally mean, bro, all you really got to do is get healthy in this life. Eat right, work this shit out, and you'll be able to attract a lot of shit. You'll be able to attract a lot of things in life. Health is wealth, man. So The body's technology. And this is how we attract things, right? We go out here, we put on nice clothes, we can attract a nice woman or a nice man. You know, you go to a job, you put on the right clothes, you get the job. You see how you use your body to attract shit? You got to understand that you are not this body, you are the consciousness. It's a reason why they want you to believe that you are a human being. It's a reason why they want you to believe in everything outside of yourself, chosen one. But the Christ, he told you, the kingdom is where? Within. You got to dig deep. You got to understand that you are the consciousness inside to unlock the sovereignty. This ain't a Christian live, guys. This ain't a religious live. But the Christ, he wasn't a Christian. He wasn't religious. He was like me and you. He understood he was in the matrix. The Christ knew this was the matrix, man. That's how he started to bend reality. So I reference him a lot because I'm operating in his consciousness. So, y'all got to understand, bro. You are not this body. And when you tap into that understanding of the body versus you and you make the separation, you start being able to track a lot of things easy in life. Life starts operating differently because you activate your sovereignty. Let's talk about what happens when you activate that sovereignty. And then we're going to get into the 3 types of souls that's here in the matrix right now. So, let's see. Right? What happens when you activate your sovereignty in this reality? Now, a lot of y'all, right? A lot of y'all don't understand that you have already unlocked sovereignty. A lot of y'all don't understand that you've already unlocked, right? You've already unlocked the kingdom that the Christ was talking about. See, they took the Christ and they made him this weird ass mascot for a religion, but he won't with that shit. If the Christ was here right now, he'd tell y'all I ain't no fucking Christian, nigga. Right? The Christ was a thug. He was a gangster. That's why they killed his ass. Because they couldn't control him. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it to all types of niggas the whole time. Every nigga they can't control, they try to smoke, right? They try to do the same shit to him. So you got to be able to see what the fuck going on for real. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to see what the fuck going on instead of what you're hearing. So a lot of y'all have unlocked the kingdom that the Christ was talking about. 111's in the chat right now if you're living your best life. If you living your best life right now, if shit going a real good way for you, 111's in the chat. Now, you see how many people is living their best life? But how? How you living your best life and the world fucked up? Supposedly, right? You know how? You've unlocked the kingdom that the Christ was talking about. All that shit that's going on around you in the world, it don't got no jurisdiction over your life. That's why the economy not fucking with you. That's why gas prices not fucking with you. That's why you ain't seeing ICE agents. That's why you ain't seeing all the crazy shit that they talking about. You at peace. The worst problem you got in life is a damn sometimes a relationship issue or some shit like that. You know, I told my girl the other day, I said, yo, babe, I'm blessed. You know how I know I'm blessed? Because the type of problems that I got. My problems, a nigga love to have my problems. A motherfucker would love to have the type of problems I got. Oh, you call that a problem, nigga? So you gotta understand, bro. Right? Yo, hey chat, I see a lot of y'all paying attention to my chain. Pay attention to the words, man. That's why y'all don't. That's why your life fucked up, because you can't pay attention to shit. You easily distracted. Chain ain't moving, ain't saying shit to you, but you distracted by it. You see what I'm saying? Focus, nigga. Focus. You feel what I'm saying, bro? Niggas be distracted by anything, like a bitch. You distracted by a chain like a gold digger. Nigga, focus, nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? You keep commenting on the chain like a shit making you wet or something, nigga. So, you gotta understand this, bro. The reason why you ain't going through all these problems and shit, you know what I'm saying, is because you've unlocked the kingdom. Right? Right now, you got a lot of people who would trade places to have your problems. But how did you do this, chosen one? How did you get to where you at right now? Right? You know how you got here? It's because you dug within. The Christ told you that the kingdom was within. What does that mean? You've been working on yourself, bro. How many of y'all that said y'all living y'all best life, you've been working on yourself for the last 5-6 years? Meaning you've been working on your health. You've been working on your attitude. You don't do the same shit that you used to do. You don't indulge in the same shit. You done cut the drugs out your life. You done did a lot of shit. Right? You worked on yourself. The kingdom is within, right? Guys, the key to life is not chasing the money. It's not worrying about the economy. It's not worrying about everybody else. The key to life is becoming the best human being that you can. The key to life is self-mastery. The key to life is to continue to grow, to put yourself first. And a lot of y'all did that, and y'all have unlocked the kingdom that was within. See, the journey that you've been on has been a lonely journey. When you start seeking all of these things, relationships started to break apart, and you ain't understand why. People started to walk out your life, and you ain't understand why. You was in honey traps and all of this crazy shit. It's been a lonely journey to unlock the kingdom. And you know why it's lonely? Because you choose you. You got to dig within. Hey, this ain't for everybody. Right? This ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't unlocked the kingdom. So I see people saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. This ain't for everybody. Everybody can't resonate with this shit. Some of y'all still stressed out over gas. Some of y'all still stressed out over bills and shit. This ain't for you. You ain't figured this shit out yet. Now, I can show you how to get to where we at. But in order for you to do that, you're going to have to stop. You're going to have to be open-minded. Just because it's not what you're used to hearing doesn't mean it's not right. Let me tell you this, right? Some of y'all want to keep hearing the same shit. But let me ask you this. Why you still struggling? If what you've been hearing all of those years was some good knowledge and it was really meant to uplift you, why you ain't came out your struggle yet? We can't argue with results, man. Everybody that tap in with me, everybody that apply this shit that I talk about in this live to their life, they instantly start to see a change in their life. There's so many people that have come to me over the years of me doing this and say, yo, Jay, your information has truly changed my life. I love you like a brother. So for all those people who are disagreeing, why are you still fucked up if you know the right way? Because you don't know the right way. Because what you're not understanding is They're telling you what they're telling you to limit your potential, to keep you begging something outside of yourself. Because if you always are depending on something outside of you, you'll never unlock the kingdom. Somebody said, watch my words. No, bitch. Close your ears. Fuck wrong with you, bitch? You in here listening to me, bitch. Well, I'm gonna watch my words in my chat. Get the fuck on. Country ass bitch. So, chat, you gotta understand that, man. You feel me? You unlock the kingdom by going within. All right? Let's tap in, though. So, what happens when you tap in? Chat, imagine somebody coming to your show and trying to tell you how to talk. This is the type of narcissism that some people have. This is why when I run into the people with that type of shit, I'ma just let them know that they don't run shit over here. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you coming and trying to tell me how to speak on my platform that I built. Your black ass ain't had nothing to do with it. All right, so let's tap in, right? What happens when you tap in with the consciousness, man, and you unlock that kingdom that the Christ was talking about? Right? The first thing that happens is that reality stops being random. Right? You start getting this sense of understanding when they say your steps are ordered. You start understanding what that means. And you start realizing everything that you've ever been through has had a reason. Right? I went through some shit as a teenager that saved my life in my 30s. I went through some shit as a 21-year-old that saved my life in my 30s. And this is how I started to know, oh, it was a reason why I went through all that shit. It was a reason why I went through all that shit coming up. Because source, reality knew that I was going to come to this right here. That this major test was going to be in front of me. If I ain't go through what I went through as a youngin, when I came into contact with what I came into contact with, I would have never known how to maneuver through that shit. And this is the first thing that you start to unlock when you realize that this is the first thing that happens when you unlock the kingdom that the Christ was talking about. You start understanding it ain't nothing random out here in this motherfucking world. There ain't nothing random going on in my life. Every person that has ever entered in my life, it wasn't random. Every situation I've ever been through, it wasn't random. Every time that someone betrayed me, every time someone hurt me, none of this stuff was random. Everything always comes back for a reason. You always learn from something. A lot of y'all went through things as a youngin' that you hated and you ain't understand until you found yourself in a situation where that same shit that you went through helped you get through this new situation. And you was like, damn, I'm grateful I went through that. I'm grateful for all the heartache that I had. I'm grateful for all the betrayal that I've experienced. I'm grateful for all the things that have literally almost broken me down at the time. I did not understand why I was going through this. I used to question God, why? Why me? Why you putting me through this? But damn, when you see the situation at hand and you know like, oof, then you like, damn, see why I had to go do that time in prison. I see why I got in that fight and had to learn how to use my hands. I see why I got betrayed by this girl and I started to learn the pattern of how people move when they betraying you. I seen it. First thing that happens when you unlock the kingdom is that life, this illusion of random things happening, it goes away. You start to realize everything that happens in life is not random. There ain't no coincidence. And with this understanding, moving forward, it makes life much easier. Because now, when you get with a girl or when you get with a guy, when they pop in your life, you already know, oh, I ain't meeting this person randomly. It's a reason I'm meeting them. Let's see if it's a test or let's see if it's a blessing. And when shit start to look funny, you know how to walk the fuck away. Another thing that happens when you unlock the kingdom that the Christ was talking about by locking in with self, right? The kingdom is within. When you become the best version of you, when you stop, when you kick the drugs, when you stop letting your trauma control you, right? When you start living your best life and becoming the best version of you, this is when you unlock the kingdom that the Christ was talking about by going within, by fighting your traumas, by fighting the things that you hate about yourself, right? Your energy became the command. You know, back in the day, man, life, it was hard, bro. You know, you get used to shit not going your way. You get used to getting turned down, denied. But see, when you activate this kingdom that you've activated, chosen, man, you ain't been turned down for shit in a long time. You getting approved for shit. You stop hoping. You stop saying, yo, you know, I hope this goes my way, or maybe they'll do it like, you start saying, I know things are going to go my way. I know I'm getting approved for this house. I know I'm getting approved for this car. I know when I get there, it's going to be a good time. I know this is a good place that I booked. You start knowing things are going to go your way because your energy is command. How many of y'all in the chat right now, shit just going your way? You having your way out here. 111's in the chat if most things that you want are falling in place for you. You stop using words like hoping and faith, and you just start knowing. 111 in the chat, man. Shout out to that collective of beings, man. This message is not a race. It's not a one race message. This message is for all who can comprehend and understand, because that means you are consciousness. Consciousness is the only species, chat. When you realize that consciousness is the only species, there ain't nothing else beside levels of consciousness. Just like a goddamn dolphin is very smart and conscious, right? So are humans. Consciousness is the species. And when we get past seeing black and white and we start realizing that this is consciousness, there's levels to this shit, the world could be peaceful. You know? This is a conscious. I love to see my beautiful chat full of all different hues and skin colors, all different textures of hair, all different types of people from all different places. I love that. This is not a division thing. See, they want me to get up here and say, if you ain't black, you ain't chosen. They want me to get up here and say, the enemy is the white man. They want me to do that. That's what they want. They want us divided. They want us at war. They want white people feeling like they're better because of their skin color. They want you to feel like that. They want you to be feeling lesser because of yours. But that's not what this is, man. That's not what this is. Because just like there's some NPCs is black, there's some NPCs is white, there's some souls is black, there's some souls is white. Everybody ain't got a soul. This is for the souls, man. This message for the souls. Let's tap in, yo. Another thing that happens when you activate your sovereignty is time start moving different, man. Time start bending. You start noticing, you start to get the results. Man, listen, I went on a diet and I started working out, and I promise you, My body snapped back so fast. I'm like, I looked around the corner like, damn, I'm already back in shape. I thought this was gonna take a year and some change. Somebody said the meat suit is only to observe facts. You're starting to realize time is not to be measured in seconds, minutes, and hours, but time is to be applied. You are supposed to apply certain actions at certain times to program your reality. You're supposed to use time sort of like an algorithm, not really what time is it. You're supposed to say, oh, it's time to work out type shit. Because the more you do things on a scheduled time, the more life flows to that algorithm. And you're starting to understand that about time. Honestly, I don't even use time like humans. I don't look at what time it is just to know what time it is, or I use time to program my reality. At certain times of the day, I do certain things purposely. Another thing that happens when you unlock the kingdom that the Christ is talking about, man, this one gonna be tough. NPCs start to act different. Now, this could be a good thing, this could be a bad thing. Some of y'all done had people in your life who you've been cool with forever, and all of a sudden, they done start switching up on you. They done start acting weird. They don't fuck with you no more. Some of y'all had people in your life who didn't like you, and now they fuck with you. Go out to the store, people opening up doors for you, you don't even know. Random cars letting you get over. Police. The police don't bother you no more. Police ain't fuck with me in so long. And I know it's because I activated the kingdom. Guys, see, when you realize you're in the matrix, what you're going to realize is, and a lot of people ain't going to want to hear this, but the police ain't real, bro. They just a part of this reality. Them bitches is not real. They are a part of the matrix. The police are a part of this shit. There might be one or two real ones out here every now and again. A nigga will grow up and become a police officer, conscious. But majority of these police, they're not real, bro. They're just a figment. They're a part of this reality. That's why they all walk and talk the same. They all got the same mannerisms, and that's why you gotta deal with them the same. They're literally programmed to do the shit that they do. They not even fucking real. And when you understand this about the Matrix, when you tap into the source code authority and you unlock the kingdom that Christ was talking about, they don't even see you anymore. The only way they pop up on you is if you breaking the speed limit and you going crazy. You pushing reality through time and speed. Then they pop up to slow your ass the fuck down. That's how you get speeding tickets and shit. But I'm gonna be real, man. The police ain't real, bro. They don't even see you. And a lot of y'all that have been persecuted and violated by police, you're starting to see, damn, these bitches don't even see me in traffic, bro. These bitches don't even see me in traffic. I promise you they don't. I promise you. I done pulled up beside them, looking in their car, they won't even look over at me. Or if they do, they turn their head fast as hell. How many of y'all have noticed that? 111's in the chat. One is in the chat if you noticed that, bro. I'm not making it up, bro. This what happens when you unlock the kingdom. I see y'all dropping them 111s. I be speeding around my city all day, doing whatever, driving how I want to, all day. Pull up at the light, these people don't see me. I'm beside them driving fast, fly past them, they don't say shit. I'm doing good, brother. Thanks for asking, Trav. She says working. Yo, shout out to that collective of souls, all that positive energy in the chat. Another thing that happens when you unlock the kingdom that the Christ was talking about, when you activate source code authority in this matrix by understanding that you are not the body, you are the consciousness, is that synchronicities become default. You start to literally read life. Now, this is when you start to really know that you're living in a video game. And life is fun. But when the synchronicities pop and you start to be able to read them things, this is when you start really understanding the simulation aspect of life. For example, what do I mean by synchronicities become default? For example, right? I have omens in my life that if I see these, I know what it means. Like if I'm driving and I look up at the sky and I see hawks flying around, that means I'm following my life path. I'm going, my simulation's rolling out. I'm going right where I need to go. I'm following exactly, right? They're like guides to let me know you are on your course, right? If I go outside and a hawk flies and lands on something and a crow, it flies and lands on something and look at me and say, ah! Now I know whatever I'm about to go do, relax, don't go do it. Go chill, go back in the house, reset. If I go outside and I see a cat, a stray cat, particularly an orange one, walk up, look at me and say meow and walk the other way, that means I'm in the wrong place. I need to leave. You have to understand how to read your simulation. Life is constantly talking to us. This reality is constantly giving you some type of feedback to let you know you're on your way, to let you know, nah, you don't need to do that, to let you know you're in a good spot. Life is literally talking to you. And when you unlock that kingdom that the Christ was talking about, you learn how to read your life. You learn how to know your numbers. You learn how to read your omens or synchronicities. Somebody said, do you set your own signs? You kind of do, right? And a lot of times, it's all into how things make you feel. You know, we have to trust our intuition. Our intuition is like the map in the game. It's like GPS guidance. Your intuition is telling you, don't go that way because your higher self already knows the story. Your higher self already has finished the game that you're playing right now. As the human you, it knows. Your intuition, it tells you, don't go that way, nigga. Because it already knows what's around that corner. That's why you gotta trust yourself, man. You gotta trust yourself. Every time that I went against my intuition, I wish I didn't. And I learned that. I trust myself 100%. When my intuition get to kicking, something ain't right. Man, listen. You gotta ask yourself this. How many times have you actually been wrong? Not a lot. Do men have strong intuition? Yes. Men have very strong intuition. How many times have you been wrong, man? So why you not gonna trust yourself? Every time you think some shit, It shows truth. It proves to be right. There have been some times where people have proved me wrong, but not many. Not many in my life. So I gotta go with my intuition. That shit be right. Somebody said how to unlock that. You just gotta lock in. You gotta listen to that voice. You gotta trust it. It's there. You ain't lost it. You just ain't been using it. Come on, chat. I don't think they hear you, chat. 111's in the chat. If you trust your intuition. Now, another thing that happens when you tap in with the consciousness and you realize that you are not the body, you are the consciousness, you start to unlock this source code authority because you are source. But another thing that happens, chosen one, is that the illusion, it falls apart. The illusion falls apart. Now, guys, this can hurt. This ain't always fun. This ain't always happy. Sometimes this is marriages that you thought you was going to stay in. Sometimes this is relationships that you really wanted. Sometimes this is friendships of people that you've been friends with for years and years, and now you're not no more. Chosen one, I know that you didn't want that relationship to end, but it was a part of the illusion. It wasn't lifting you. It was keeping you in the matrix. It was an anchor. Chosen one, I know that you miss your best friend and you hate that y'all got into that fight and y'all ain't talking no more. But that was keeping you in illusion. You lost that job. And you might not know why you lost the job. It was a good job. You don't know, man, I don't know why I got fired. It's a part of the illusion, bro. When you wake up in this matrix, the illusion has to go. See, what you don't understand is you got full power. Everything that you lost, you can get back. Like, every single thing that you have lost, you can get it right back like it's nothing. When you wake up in this reality, the illusion cannot keep going, chosen. You got to understand that. You know, what we have to start understanding about life is stop going into these relationships thinking that they are going to last forever. You don't have you shouldn't think that. When you go into these relationships, chosen one, you gotta know, yo, what am I gonna learn from this? That's what you gotta focus on. What is this relationship showing me? If this happens to be the one that lasts forever, then it does. It will. But we really gotta stop going into relationships thinking that these things are meant for forever. Most relationships that I've had have only been to teach me shit. Relationships are heavy teachers in the matrix. See, you gotta understand this. You came here by yourself. This is a one-player game. A lot of times a lot of times the people in our lives are not like us. They are not conscious. You and your husband ain't on this live together. You and your woman ain't on this live together. Some of y'all might be. And to the ones that me and my girl watch you, my nigga. Me and my husband watch you, bro. Y'all, but majority of us, we don't got that. The majority of us, our consciousness and everybody around us is a part of our reality. You see what I'm saying? Everybody in your life is a part of your movie. They're playing a role. And in some of these movies, you learn hard lessons. All types of relationships, period. So you got to understand that, man. Everybody is not meant to be in your life forever. There are so many people that I was cool with that I don't even talk to no more. People that I thought they was going to be in my life forever. Homies, girls. But I don't even fuck with them no more. Family. And that's why you got to understand, bro, your relationship with self is everything. A lot of y'all are experiencing these old programs falling apart, chosen one, and this can be chaotic, especially if you don't know why things are going the way that they're going. Another thing that happens, chosen one, when you tap into understanding that you are the consciousness and not the body, when you tap into the kingdom that the Christ was telling you about, is that you go from survival to sovereignty. You stop doing things just to survive. See, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of shit that I wouldn't do for no money. You give me the right amount of money, man, I don't know, I might do something. I don't move like that no more. I don't move like that no more. Chosen one. There's just some shit I'm not willing to do for no money. Some shit I would never do. I ain't doing that for no damn money. It's because I'm not in survival mode no more. I'm in sovereignty. First off, I already know I ain't got to chase none of this. So you coming to offer me $1 million ain't the same as you offering Jack $1 million, because I don't look at $1 million as something hard for me to get. I don't look at I need you to make this million. I feel like I can go get this shit my damn self. A lot of y'all won't do the things that you used to would do for money. You won't do it now. You won't sell your body for no goddamn money. Back in the day, you was thinking about it. Maybe I should get on OnlyFans. Maybe I should. But now, you like, man, I wish I would let a motherfucker touch me for some money. Shit ain't that serious. I'm just saying. Back in the day, a nigga used to try to go and have dope boy dreams. You don't understand. That was the survival you, chosen one. You wouldn't touch no drugs now for no money, because you know it ain't worth it. You already done seen, man, no, ain't these drug dealer niggas ain't getting no money for real. And the ones that is, they only got a little bit of time before they shit get kicked in. Majority of these niggas is playing games just to get, they playing a dangerous game with their life just to get bitches and just to buy clothes and shit. And then you get caught with that shit and they give you crazy ass time and you ain't even made no money for real off the shit. You doing 20 years and you ain't even see 100,000. So that's the type of games that survival mode used to have you in, not even thinking straight. Ready to sacrifice your everything just to make a couple quick dollars. You don't operate like that, chosen. You can have $0 to your name and feel comfortable. And know that money coming. I ain't tripping about no money. You can have $0 to your name and know you're not broke. You just ain't alchemized no money yet. Absolutely $0 in the bank and walking around like you the king or queen of your reality, because you know that money come to you whenever. You don't gotta go chase that. All you gotta do is do your little whatever you do to get your cash, and it's gonna be right there. You've already figured that out. You've already figured that out. How many of you didn't know it, but now you realize you've unlocked the kingdom? 111 is in the chat if you've unlocked the kingdom that the Christ was talking about. You've unlocked it, brother, sister. I promise. Now, I told you guys, right? We've been up here for an hour and some change. We got another hour to go. Now, I told y'all, this week, we're running through all the lessons. We're on lesson number 1. What is the matrix? And you just realize, that you create your matrix. You're running it, right? Based on observation, perception, and belief. And then you realize that you are consciousness. You are not the body. You are the consciousness in control of the body. Let's talk about this spiritual warfare. Because now that you know who you are, you got to know who your enemy is. Chosen one, your enemy is not a man. It's not a man. It's not a woman. You got real spiritual entities who want to feed on your energy and keep you asleep, right? Let's talk about the archons, man. What are the archons? Now, how many of you have heard of Adam and Eve? If you've ever heard of Adam and Eve, drop a 111 on me, man. Let's talk about it. The archons. What is the archon? Adam and Eve, right? What is so significant about Adam and Eve? Adam and Eve, the thing that stood out to me about them that I always try to figure out was, how the fuck they come into this world without being born, right? They was created, right? That's what they say, right? So Adam and Eve, they were not the first human beings. They were the last human beings to incarnate as full-grown adults. Chat, back in the olden times, before our reality was a spiritual war ground, before this became a battlefield of high and low frequencies, we used to come into this reality as full-grown adults. We had no reason to be babies. This shit was like a video game. We knew why we was here. We knew what we came here to do. We knew who we were. We knew everything. This was before we had fell into the reincarnation loop. We used to come into this reality as full-grown adults, just like Adam and Eve, right? There was no need to be a baby. Something happened. Our reality was hijacked by these low-frequency beings right here, right? The archon. Now, who is the archon? This is a low-frequency entity that feeds on low vibrational energy. This is why the world is in a state of low vibration, because these entities need it like that so they can survive and feed and spread, right? They don't feed on high vibrational shit. That's why it's so easy for you to turn your TV on and see some low vibe shit, because these entities need that, right? This is why everything on the internet wants to push you in low vibration. Everything wants you confused. Everything wants you wanting something. Everything wants you at odds, wanting to beef, because these motherfuckers feed on your energy, man. Now, this is a real thing. These people, these bitches do exist. Where do they exist? They exist between the grid. All right, in this reality, there is a grid, a coded structure. All right, that everything is operating on a code. These entities exist in between that, in between the physical and the grid. All right, they exist between the physical and the grid. They exist in the conscious field, the field where your thoughts are and where the emotions come from. All right, your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts exist in the field outside of you, and you tap into them. This is why thoughts are constantly coming into your head. You ever had an intrusive thought? I have seen one in my room. They can't handle Quran, for sure. Have you seen the have you had an intrusive thought before? You want to know where that comes from? That's the archon. They exist up there. So you gotta understand, those intrusive thoughts are not you, it's the archons, man. How do they attack you? Intrusive thoughts to keep you stagnated and in procrastination. They control people who are unaware, NPCs, so they control the people closest to you, family members, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, right? And they attack you through low frequency loops, trying to get you caught up in the low frequency loop. All right. So Adam and Eve, they came into the reality as full grown adults like we used to. They were the last humans to incarnate as full grown human beings. Being a baby is a part of the conscious, is a part of the reincarnation loop. All right. Baby, when you are a child, that is the representation of your consciousness being reset. All right. This is why kids need help with everything. They don't know shit no more, right? Because their consciousness has been wiped. All right. What you've been seeing is the reincarnation loop. Souls just recycling, coming in as babies, doing it all over again, forgetting. The baby is the signal of the reset. All right. The consciousness being reset. See, a lot of y'all in here, y'all have been reincarnating for a long time. This is why we're going through this spiritual war. All right, we're trying to break free from this reality. We're trying to make it through that portal that they call the sun up there. That's a whole portal. All them souls you see piled up and collected on the sun, yeah, it's a real thing. We've been reincarnating. There have been a lot of reincarnations. Some of you have never reincarnated. Some of y'all, this is your first time on Earth, and we're going to talk about that. So, let's talk about the three souls. And then we're going to talk about how you know when you're around archons, all right? So, there's three types of souls in this spiritual battle right now. You got the sleeping giant, the star seed, and the reminder. I want you to listen and see which one you resonate with. All right? It's okay. All of them are equally powerful. All of them are the same. It's just different circumstances in which you are here. All right. Now, archons created the reincarnation loop. They create all this deception for you to believe in, because if you don't know what's real, you won't be able to escape this reality. In this reality, your belief creates reality. Your belief is real. So when you die, right, if you pass away and you believe that you're going to hell, or you believe in whatever you believe in, right, it's going to create that shit for you, right? And then they'll be able to get you to reincarnate. But if you die, or if you pass away understanding that, yo, you knew that you was in the matrix and you realized that you was consciousness and blah, 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 you're going to be set free. All right? They need you to die in a state of confusion. And majority of people walking this world are confused about life. They don't know nothing about this shit. Everything that they think they know has been given to them. They're following program. All right? So, and when I say die, you can't die. I'm just talking about this physical shit, right? Eventually, you're going to have to leave this physical shell. We know that, right? But you don't die. It's only reincarnation if you come back. So, and guys, I'm going to be honest with you. We might not taste physical death in this generation, bro. A lot of y'all might live. Like, we are going back into the old times where, remember in the Bible where they tell you people been living 200, 300, 400 years and shit like that in the old days? You know why? Because they knew the truth. They wasn't fed all this dumbass shit like life expectancy and all this shit that other people believe. We're starting to take our belief back. A lot of y'all have survived shit that you won't even supposed to survive in many a times. Right? So you might not die. Don't be surprised if people stop dying. The Bible already said there's gonna be a coming time when motherfuckers seek death and can't find it. You might stop dying, chosen one. You be real. So there's three types of souls here right now. What we all gotta understand is we are all source. You, me, we're all source. We're all the same entity, experience mad different variations. All right, we're powerful alone, but when we come together as a collective, we're unbeatable. That's why every time we drop 111, it shifts reality. When the archons took over our reality, when they hijacked it, how do we know that the archons took over reality? All you gotta do is look at it. It is not normal that they promote all these negative things the way that they do. That is not normal, chat. That's the archons. It's not normal that you can find negativity. It's so easy to find that shit. It's because they need you negative so they can soak your energy. So when they started this reincarnation loop, souls start, yeah, loosh, exactly. Souls stopped coming to Earth. We just started coming back to Earth in the last like 50, 60 years. And these are new souls coming in from the star seeds, right? And we're going to talk about it. Let's get to the bottom of it. How do you know you're a sleeping giant? Now, what is a sleeping giant? This is a very powerful being, right? It's a very powerful soul who got trapped in this reality. You forgot who you were, and you got trapped, and you've been reincarnating for a long time. How do you know if you're a sleeping giant? For one, you resonate with life being a prison. You feel like Earth is a prison planet. Only sleeping giants resonate with this. And the reason why you feel like the Earth is a prison planet, because it has been for you. Because deep down inside, you know this ain't your first lifetime. Deep down inside, you know you've done this shit before. It's because you have. Now, every time you come into this reality, chosen one, they wipe your consciousness. But they can't wipe your subconsciousness. And this is why over time, you've had so many memories of past lives. You've had dreams of living in cities that don't even exist on Earth anymore. You've had dreams and living in places that you've never visited in this reality now. You've had so much deja vu. And the reason is they cannot delete your subconsciousness. And that's the real reason why you know or resonate or feel like the Earth is a prison planet, because it has been for you. How else do you know if you're a sleeping giant? You're tired. Your soul is literally exhausted. And sometimes you don't even know why you're tired. Sometimes you don't even know why you feel the way that you feel. You just feel exhausted sometimes. Because you've been doing this shit for a long ass time, bro. Sis, you've been doing this shit for a minute. And your soul is tired. Another way to know that you're a sleeping giant is that your spiritual awakening, it cost you something. It could have cost you your family, your friends, your job. Your spiritual awakening, it cost you something. You woke up and life started to fucking go haywire, go insane. And that's because, like we said, man, the illusion has to break. What was keeping you anchored into the reality, it had to break. And this could have been a marriage, this could have been family. But that illusion has to break down. Another way to know that you are a sleeping giant is that You're fighting trauma from past lives. And what does that look like? Right? This could be ever since you can remember you've had anxiety. You don't know where it comes from. You don't know why. Why do I got anxiety? That's not anxiety that you built here. You brung that shit from another lifetime. Depression. You've been fighting depression ever since you can remember. You don't even know why. Why you're depressed. You ask yourself all the time, why the fuck am I depressed? It's not nothing that happened to you now. It's a last lifetime. You always feel like somebody want to do something to you or something. It's probably because you went through some shit in your prior life. A lot of these things stick. Another way to know that you are a sleeping giant is that it was hard for you to break free from certain loops. And what I mean by that, it was hard for you to let go of the church. It was hard for you to let go of the game. It was hard for you to let go of the family. You always wanted to run back to the family loops. And this is because you've done so many lifetimes under human conditioning and programming that you feel comfortable in these settings, in these gangs, in these religions, in these jobs. This is comfortable for you. It feels right at home. So when you're not in it, you're like, yo, I gotta run back to that shit. You feel comfortable for that shit. And it's okay, it's because you've been doing a lot of reincarnating. Shout out to the sleeping giants. Now, guys, I need you to understand this as a sleeping giant. They want you sleep. Because if they can keep you sleep, they can keep feeding. Once you wake up, the matrix cracks. And that's what has happened. The sleeping giants are woke and they're starting to remember this is the matrix. And this shit is breaking. It's glitching bad. Shout out to the sleeping giants, man. Your awakening was not easy. If you're a sleeping giant and you've become independent of religion, you've become independent of gangs, you don't see the world as the way that you used to, you're looking at the world through a scope of understanding that things are bro, you're online, bro. And you're a walking glitch. You probably experience a lot of glitches on a daily basis. You've tapped in. See, you got a different type of power, right? You got a different type of power, right? Yo, bro, listen, I'm not a prophet, bro. All right? Fuck being a prophet. Not here to save bitches. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a religious nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So y'all call me a false prophet? Bitch, I am. I'm not a prophet, bitch. I ain't never told you I was. Stop putting that shit on me. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing about it is, I'm the right nigga for the job because I don't give a fuck about this shit. I don't give a fuck about being a messiah. I don't give a fuck about people believing in me. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm not a prophet, bro. I'm not going to tell you none of that. I'm just a nigga that woke up in the matrix, just like you. A person that woke up and realized I was in the fucking matrix. That's what I am. So all that false prophet shit, who gives a fuck, stupid? You must see something prophetic in me for you to even say it, because I don't even claim shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how I be knowing. These niggas be looking at me and they be seeing a prophet for real because y'all putting that shit on me. I ain't never say that. You must see it. So, sleeping giant, if you woke up, I need you to understand this, bro. Sis, this shit was not easy for you. You the whole reason we in this war. They've been fighting to keep you asleep. The Archons don't want to fight. I'm going to tell you something about your enemy, the Archon. Them bitches is weak. They parasites. They want you unaware. They don't want to fight. They want you sleep. They are not powerful. They can't fight. When you are aware of them, they can't fuck with you. They need you sleep. They need you sleep. They are literally parasites. They really scary as fuck. They need you sleep. So you gotta understand the fact that you got these motherfuckers out here fighting to keep y'all asleep. We already won, bro. Cause they don't want to have to do that. And see, the thing about the archons is they're low vibrational. They're stupid as fuck. They're really dumb as shit. And you know how you know they're dumb? Because just look at the shit that happens in the world. Look at all the bullshit lies that they tell and expect us to believe. This is who you're dealing with. This is who you're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? This is what you're dealing with. Something that needs to trick you to beat you. So, I need you to understand that, bro. The fact that you woken up, this is literally why the world is in chaos. Because the sleeping giants are woke. What does that mean? Guys, chaos, the chaos that you're seeing in the world, how many of y'all are not even being affected by the chaos that you're seeing in the world? Let's just check real quick. 111's in the chat. How many of y'all are not affected at all by the chaos you're seeing in the world? Oh yeah, I feel you, bro. You know why? You know why the chaos not hurting you? Because the chaos is not bad. The chaos means the matrix is breaking. See, a lot of people see the chaos and they get scared. But see, the chaos means that if shit is chaotic, that means it's not in order. Remember back in the day, everything was in line because we were asleep. Everything was running smoothly. They'll do something, they'll lie to us, we'll know it. Shit was running smooth. We was asleep. Now that we up, shit chaotic as fuck. We are creating the chaos because we awakened, and what you're seeing is the matrix fighting itself. The matrix is in dysfunction right now. It's shit not running smoothly. So the chaos is a good thing. It's freedom. Shout out to the sleeping giants, man. It was not easy for you to awaken, and much more, it was not easy for you to stay awakened. See, sleeping giants, it's a little hard for them because not only do they gotta awake, they gotta fight to stay awake. Because they want to go to sleep bad as shit. They want to go back to the gangs. They want to go back to the religions bad. You see what I'm saying? They want to go back bad because they have so many years and years and lifetimes of human conditionings, human programming. So they don't gotta just fight to wake; they gotta fight to stay up. Shout out to the sleeping giant, man. You woken up. You're a walking glitch. You're the reason why reality is glitching. You're the reason why this shit is breaking. Now the next group, the star seeds. Let's talk about them. Now, guys, there ain't no difference between star seeds, sleeping giants, and reminders. The only difference is the circumstance and why you're here. Now, star seed, let's talk about you. Who is the star seed? This is a high dimensional being, right? Who has lowered their vibration to incarnate as a human being in these times for a specific purpose. All right, the star seed is here on a mission. All right. How do you know if you're a star seed? You feel like your life has purpose. You feel like you're on a mission. You don't resonate with life being a prison, right? You feel like there's something deeper. There's something that you've been missing. There's a purpose that you have, and you want to find it. As a star seed, you are a member of the galactic army. Meaning, you are here on war duty. Your mission was to be born. Once you are born, that light that you carry, it lifts the frequency of the planet, and this causes reality to glitch. And once reality start glitching, the sleeping giants can see it. We can see what's going on, and we can start remembering this is the Matrix. Now, all these crazy glitches that have happened is because the sleeping, the star seeds have, you carry that frequency. I just told you, you are a high dimensional being. This is your first lifetime as a human. How do we know that this is the first lifetime of a star seed? Because as a star seed, you have never resonated with being a human being. You've always told yourself, or it's like, yo, I can't, I'm not human. I'm not like motherfuckers. You've always been different. You ain't been like everybody. You probably was fascinated with the human body. You probably sat in the mirror a lot of times and looked at your hands like, man, what the fuck? It's because it's your first time being in a human body. This shit weird to you. You never fell for the programming. You always knew the religions was bullshit. You always knew school, all that shit was bullshit. You've been a natural born rebel your whole life. You've been going against shit. And it might seem like you've had people in your life say like, all you want to do is go against stuff. See, these kids that you see, the ones who automatically go against shit, the ones that don't want to do, you tell them, hey, I want you to put this on. They say, I don't want to wear it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. Them the star seeds, man. Natural born rebels. And the reason you're like that is because you didn't come here to follow the rules, Chosen. You came here to break them. You didn't come here to fit in. You came here to delete the illusion. This is why you don't fit in. This is why you've been the black sheep. This is why people hate you for no reason. This is why you a 9 to 5. What? A star seed at a 9 to 5? Yeah, right. Man, you done quit so many damn jobs, walked out so many damn jobs as a star seed. You literally have no choice but to figure out your own hustle. The reason you don't fit in because you didn't come here to fit in. You came here to rewrite the code. What does rewriting the code look like? People copy the shit out you. People copy you. You are a trendsetter. That is called rewriting the code. It's the reason why you start wearing your clothes a certain type of way, and then your brothers and sisters start copying you. Even your mom. Everybody copies you. How else do you know if you're a star seed? See, Chosen One, I told you. You did not come here to play. You came here for war. Your enemies are not humans. Your enemies are the archons. You've been in spiritual war your whole fucking life. See, once you logged into this shit, your mission was just to be born. Once you was born, your frequency uplifted the planet. And star seeds have been coming in by the tons. There's a lot of star seeds out here walking around. And so this is why, like I said, reality started to show that it was the Matrix. And now the sleeping giants are woke. This bitch is glitchy as hell, right? We're seeing all types of shit coming back. But you've been in spiritual warfare your whole life, Chosen One. And what does that look like? See, when you came into this reality, the archons knew who you were. These motherfuckers been following you your whole life. How many of y'all felt like, man, something in life was just trying to take you out at one point? It was one point in life where everything was just trying to take me out. Cars were trying to crash me off the road. Motherfuckers was trying to kill me. Motherfucking police, they were trying to lock me up. This is hella shit was happening. And I'm like, man, god damn, it can't be this much. But it's because I'm in spiritual warfare. The archons already know who you are. See, that dysfunctional family you were born in, it's warfare, spiritual warfare. And what does this look like? Growing up in homes that are riddled by neglect, abuse, drug abuse, being purposely led down paths that were meant to destroy you. You know, having influences in your life that you never should have had. Some of y'all had influences that you should have never been around them people as a kid. People giving you alcohol, giving you drugs. You were purposely led down that path to destroy you. Gangs, sex, racism. So you wasn't supposed to make it through that shit. You wasn't supposed to gang bang and then live to talk about it. That shit was supposed to take you to jail or kill you. You wasn't supposed to have all this, the sex you done had in life and still clean. You ain't got no disease. You wasn't supposed to be able to do that, chosen one. That sex shit was supposed to destroy you. You supposed to catch it. You was supposed to catch AIDS or some crazy shit and be dead by now. You wasn't supposed to get hooked on drugs and now you're not hooked on that shit no more. You were supposed to be hooked on drugs until it eventually killed you. So you gotta understand, chosen, right? Somebody just got a live reading from me on my website. Shout out to you. You gotta understand this, chosen. Your life has been spiritual warfare the whole fucking time since you was a kid. Since you was a child. All these toxic relationships that you've gotten into. It's been archons, spiritual warfare. This reality has hated you since you decided to come into it. And it's not even that reality, the archons. Because whether or not you accomplish anything in life, your mission is complete. And that was just to be born into this shit. Knowing you was going to have a hard life. Knowing shit was going to be out to get you. Knowing you were going to have the dysfunctional family. You knew it all. And still decided to come. Whew. Bad motherfucker. You a bad motherfucker, Starseed. So I need y'all to understand this shit, man. I don't care where the fuck you at. I don't care if you get up every day and go stand on the highway and hold a sign asking for money. Your mission is complete, chosen one. Give yourself some grace. See, you ain't realized you've been in spiritual warfare your whole fucking life. You just thought life was hard. It's a reason why your life has been harder than most, chosen. It's because every day you've awakened, you've been fighting the fucking archons and didn't even know it. Now that you understand it. Now let's talk about these. Okay. Shout out to the star seeds, man. Because of you, the sleeping giants were able to remember this is the matrix. The last group is the reminders. These are souls that have come back with information. A lot of y'all are reminders too. Anybody you see up here that's speaking that shit, that's making you remember things, these are reminders. Shout out to the reminders out there putting in that work, man. And if you are a soul that have access to the Akashic field, meaning you get downloads on a regular, why the fuck you ain't doing your job? Why you ain't reminding people? Make them remember, man. Now let's talk about these bitches. Understanding archons, because these some dirty motherfuckers, right? And we got to know our enemy. What they say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And so once we expose how the archon looks in real time, you'll know when you're around them. And you'll know how to beat them. All right. What is archonic presence? How do you know when you are in the presence of archonic energy? All right? An archonic presence is a controlling or parasitic influence associated with fear, imitation. An archonic presence is a controlling or parasitic influence associated with fear, limitation, distraction, manipulation, or control. Let me ask you this. How many of y'all are in relationships with people who try to manipulate you? 111's in the chat. Do you try to manipulate your partner? No. You know why you don't manipulate your partner? Because that is not your nature. Your nature is not to be out here manipulating. Now, when you have to manipulate, you know how to. You can. You're not bad at it. You're good at manipulating. But that's not your nature. You don't just manipulate people on a daily basis. There are people in this world who manipulate all day, every day. As soon as they wake up, they're trying to manipulate their partner. They're trying to manipulate you out of shit. That is their nature. That's signs of an archonic presence. So, archonic influence doesn't always appear as something obvious. It appears through people, systems, environments, repetitive thoughts, emotional triggers, temptation, distraction, fear-based programming. Remember, the archon lives in between the grid and this physical reality. They are in the thought field. This is why they can attack you through intrusive thoughts. You have to understand that you are not your thoughts. So when these intrusive thoughts come in, these things that happen to try to distract you or stop you, you can focus. How does archonic presence operate? Archonic influence works through control of attention and behavior. Let me say that again. They want your attention and they want to control how you behave. For example, the hip hop industry. It wants black people to behave a certain type of way. That's why not even just black people, no more, just people, period. That's why they push a certain type of image or behavior to our women. Because they want y'all to be hoes. That's why they push a certain type of image or behavior to our youngins, to our men. Because they want you to be gangsters. All right? Understand how archons run the music industry. You got to understand what you're seeing. It's called archonic influence. They want your attention. The news always wants your attention so they can feed you lies of low vibration. That's an archonic influence. The news. They only talk about negative shit most of the time. Think about this. Archonic influence works through attention and behavior. So I need y'all to understand, the television and the smartphone was not created for your entertainment. This was a weapon created to control and program you. As consciousness, we just took what they created to lead us astray and made it a tool to spread more awareness. So when you see all this spiritual or aware or whatever content that you see out there now, it's because we're using their tools that they created to enslave us against them. This shit is spiritual war, bro. You gotta understand that. You can go click the life reading on my link in the bio. It's a website. Go to my website. The link in bio is 111. You can go click the link and purchase one. All right, it's 111. Just click the link. You can purchase it and set the time. But it's when we go over your whole life from back then to now, to the person that said they wanted to get the life reading. Just click the link in the bio. So it identifies what captures your intention, then reinforces it. Fear, drama, conflict, lust, ego, scarcity, addiction, distraction. Well, God damn it, that sounds like media. Doesn't that sound like the fucking media? Don't that sound like TV? Fear, horror movies, dramas, soap operas, conflict. It's hella come on, what you call it? Right? Lust, ego, scarcity, addiction, distress. Man, that's TV. How do we identify archons? This is how you know when you're dealing with an archon or when there's one in your presence, right? Suddenly, out of nowhere, the energy gets heavy. You enter an environment and immediately feel drained, heavy, uncomfortable, agitated, confused, or mentally scattered. It's an archon. It's an archon in your presence. See, you can detect when they are fucking with you by understanding how they make you feel when they're around, how you feel when they eating your energy. Right? Like, for example, right? Hold on. For example, right? You you know how you start feeling when you get mad, that angry feeling in your stomach, right? And you start feeling like, yo, I feel real, I'm feeling angry and stuff, right? It's because the archon feeding on you. They need you in these vibrations. They eat it. If you've ever seen, there's a YouTube channel where they show you how there's these certain cameras that can see your aura and see how certain emotions change your aura. Well, around us, there's an electromagnetic field. And when you get angry, that energy, it rises off your body. When you're happy, there's energy that rises off your body. They eat that shit. So when you're lusting, there's an energy that's rising off you. When you're pissed off, there's an energy that's rising off you. They eat that shit. Energetic parasites, facts. They eat it. They eat your illusion. They need it. That's why the world... 111's in the chat if you're starting to understand this. That's why the world is the way it is. That's why they're constantly trying to... You got to protect your energy, bro. Another way to know when you're in the presence of an archon, repetitive negative thoughts. You suddenly find yourself cycling through fear, anger, jealousy, shame, hopelessness, self-doubt. All of a sudden, you start thinking, man, my girl cheating. She done did, that shit was weird. And you just start, I don't know if I could trust her. That's the archon, bro. Somebody said, I get it now. These bitches ain't scary. They just some sneaky bastards. They ain't scary. They trick you, they trigger you, and then they feed on you. It's like a bug. It's like an insect. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said archons are devils. Nah, they're just archons. They're parasitic beings who need you in low vibration to feed. And they've been running the world. They've been tricking us. They get you pissed off. You snap out. They eat your energy. And then you go to sleep and you wake up and you like, yeah, they just fed on you. Another way to know that you're dealing with an archon, is archons around, is increased distraction. Every time you're about to make progress, something pulls you back down. You start focusing on drama, arguing, social media, relationships, gossip, fear. Things like that. Gratification, instant gratification. Your real mission get pushed to the backside. Another way to know you're dealing with an archon, or there's one around. Emotional triggering. People or situations seem to activate the same emotional response over and over. You know the pattern, you can see it, yet you keep falling for it. You fucking archon. Some of y'all partners is archon. Loss of direction is another way to know you're dealing with an archon. You suddenly lose clarity about what you're doing. Your motivation disappears. Your goals become less important. You start questioning everything. How do you know if your partner is being controlled by archonic influence? Because this is how they attack you. If your partner is unaware, if they don't understand this matrix shit, if they don't understand that this is a spiritual battle, right? So, archonic presence in humans can look like this type of human behavior. One, a person who creates unnecessary conflict. Two, a person who encourages destructive habits. Three, a person who keeps you distracted. Four, a person who makes you feel more insecure, who feeds your insecurities. Five, a person who is constantly challenging your self-worth. Four, a person who pulls you back toward old versions of yourself. A person who creates dependency. And a person who creates you emotionally reactive. Yeah, you can defeat them. They're easily defeated by first just understanding what you're dealing with and then refusing to allow it to harness your energy. Just refuse it. If you know your partner archon, just know every time they do something to piss you off, the archons is controlling them. They're feeding their energy. So stop falling for that shit. is in the chat if this live was helpful for you today. Yeah, they aren't powerful as you. They need to survive off your energy. All right, let's get into the 10 rules of the matrix, man. And then I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. 10 rules to navigate this matrix. Now, guys, these are 10 rules. If you implement these into your life and you actually use these, it will change your life. All right, it will change your life. Now, pay attention. These are 10 rules to navigate this reality as consciousness. Rule number 1, everything is the matrix. Every thought, every action, and experience is a part of a coded system. Understanding this is the first layer of awareness. There is nothing random happening in your life. Guys, you have to understand, you are walking through a simulation. All right? There's nothing random happening. Everything that happens is not a coincidence. That person, that girl you met, she's in your life for a reason. Either she's there to help or she's there to deliver a lesson. If it's not going right, it's probably a lesson. You need to know there's nothing random going on around you. Everything is the matrix. You're in a simulation. Your mom, your dad, you have to be able to decipher who's a consciousness like you and who's only a part of your reality. Right? This is why I said, man, listen, this ain't for everybody, man. If you ain't comprehending this shit, go do some shit. Go tap in with some shit you can understand, man. This ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? If you hear still talking about who made the simulation and man, shut the fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shut your bitch ass up. Number 2, energy is the currency, right? Your attention, focus, emotions, and actions are all energy. The matrix pulls from your energy, so protect it like it's your most valuable resource. Guys, energy is the real currency. Money is literally the physical manifestation of your energy. Think about this. You go to work, you do your job, it turns into money. What is that? Energy. Your physical energy turning into money. When you make money, you're doing alchemy. How do you protect your energy? Avoiding. You got to learn how to avoid shit. A lot of y'all be just letting shit happen for no reason. You let people come around you who you know don't got the best interest. You got to start avoiding every the fuck body. And we're going to talk about this further along the line. You got to start avoiding motherfuckers. Avoiding situations. Avoiding people. Anybody who make you feel some type of way, stop going around them. Number 3, observe, don't react. A soul must watch the simulation without fully reacting to every loop or trigger. This is how you gain control of your reality. Yo, listen. This is the best rule, man. If you can ever learn how to observe without reacting, you win in life. See, your energy is the currency, right? So people, excuse me, chat, right? People will come and do things to you purposely, right? Motherfuckers are purposely, but see, listen to these words. There are some people in your life who are only in your life, right? The only purpose they play in your life is to drain your energy. They want to drain your energy, chosen one. All right. And every time you react, this person drains your energy. I just told you, in life it goes like this, right? Thought, action, manifest. You got to pull things into this reality. And it comes by thinking, then action, and it manifests, right? You need energy to do that. A lot of y'all aren't having the results that you want in life. It's not because you're not good at what you do. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's because the people in your life constantly getting reactions out of you. And then when it comes time for you to manifest or to make something happen with your intention, you don't have the energy to do it. Think about this. Every time you get in a toxic relationship, you lose money. You lose shit. You know you in a toxic relationship, you start losing shit, losing jewelry, losing money. Why do you think that happens? Because they're draining your energy. Your energy is everything. Your energy is, you got to think about your energy as currency. And what that means is your energy is generating your whole reality. Everything around you, everything you see is a part of your energy. When your energy is triggered, a motherfucker siphoning that. And they're taking your energy and making it theirs. And then they can go manifest things. Right? When you don't react, you're draining their energy. And then you'll be able to manifest. But if you're reacting, they're draining you and then you can't manifest. You see how it works? So, this is why you got to understand. Some of y'all got partners who y'all with, who draining the shit out you, not bringing shit to the table, and then you wonder why you can't manifest nothing. Because you just argued for 2 weeks straight. And now, ain't none of your shit going right. The name of this game, yes, you need to cut spiritual cords with anybody. The name of this game, energy harvesting, energy siphoning, energy manipulation. energy protection, energy conservation. If you know how to do all 5 of those as a soul, you will be a winner in life. Every time you react, they took your energy. Every time you don't react, you took their energy. You want to manifest something, manifest it. You can't manifest if you ain't got no motherfucking energy. Number 4, frequency dictates reality. The 5 things: energy harvesting, energy siphoning, energy protection, energy manipulation, energy conservation. If you understand those, you will be a winner in life. Rule number 4, frequency dictates reality. Guys, everything has a vibration: love, fear, abundance, scarcity. Align your energy frequency to what you want to manifest. The matrix responds to resonance. A lot of y'all ain't got no money right now, and a lot of y'all can't get no money because of your thought process. Your mindset blocking you. You got all the tools. You got the talent. You got the looks. You got everything, but it's your fucking brain that's keeping you from getting the money. Because you believe in scarcity. You believe that shit gonna run out. You believe it's hard to get money. Yo, this is a mental game. It all starts up here. This game is mental, chosen one. It all starts up here. You want to be rich? It starts up here. Remember that. How do we know that this game's mental? Think about it. You go outside, everything that you see started off as a thought in somebody's head, except for nature. The road, that started off as a thought in somebody's head. The street lights started off as a thought in somebody's head. Walmart started off as a thought in somebody's head. McDonald's. This is a mental game. It starts here first and then comes into reality. If you want to be rich, it starts up here. You got to move and think like a rich person first. Some of y'all live in environments that are scarce. You got to get the fuck out of that scarcity ass house. Some of y'all living with people who are scarce mentality. Who's scared to waste food and shit like that. Some of y'all in relationships with motherfuckers who's scarce minded. Some of y'all with motherfuckers right now who think $100 is a lot of money. And this is who you laying with. Somebody tell you $100, that's a lot of money. I ain't got that. And that's who you fucking. That's who you letting fuck you. It all starts up here, man. Real shit. It all starts up here. Frequency dictates reality. Number 5, see through the layers. This matrix is multi-layered. You got to learn how to decode illusions and hidden agendas. Nothing is ever what it seems. For example, right? Most people, they won't be able to accept my message. Black people and white people. Because they see me and they just gonna categorize me. They gonna say, oh, that's just another nigga up there. Da 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 da. But if you sit and listen and watch this with this eye instead of these, you'll understand that this live is much more than just some random nigga speaking on the Matrix. Because you get so many realizations from hearing this shit. Learn how to see through the layers. That woman keep talking about she love you, but she don't even want to fuck you. She don't love you, nigga. She love what your pockets. That man keeps saying he love you, but he don't want to even spend time and invest in you. He don't love you. He just love what you do for him. See through the layers. Number 6, master the observer effect. Master the observer effect. Guys, your awareness changes outcomes. The more conscious you are of your environment, timelines, and players, the more you can influence reality. Let me tell you something. Observation leads to awareness. And awareness is a portal that changes outcomes. If you don't have no observation, you ain't gonna never have no awareness. Let's say I'm plotting to take you out, but you have no clue about it. You an easy hit. I can get you going fast. But let's say you observe everywhere you go, and you happen to hear something. You heard somebody talking, and so you start listening. You heard somebody say, "Yeah, man, my next door neighbor, I'm trying to rob their ass." Da, 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 da. And you like, what? Now you done became aware that your neighbor was plotting on you. Now you get to move a certain type of way to change that outcome. Awareness changes outcomes in this reality. You gotta be aware. Number 7, recognize NPCs, hijack players, and control players. Yo, we're going to talk about this later, man. NPCs, right? We just dived into archons. The second part of this lesson is monitoring spirits. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back later on with that. We'll start that off tomorrow. Number 8, protect your energy. Avoid energy drains, manipulative influence, low frequency distractions. This includes substances, toxic people, or societal traps. Yo, somebody said, how do I protect my energy, Jay? Avoid motherfuckers. Avoid shit. Avoid your argumentative ass girlfriend. Avoid that argumentative ass nigga. Avoid your weird acting ass family who always make you feel weird. Avoid the gang. Niggas up the street. Just start avoiding shit, bro. I'm telling you. They want you to keep running into shit. Man, I tell you, the one who knows how to pick and choose and avoid, you're gonna be the winner. Life wants you to think that you gotta be this hard motherfucker. Man, listen. I'm gonna avoid the fuck out everybody. If I know you calling me asking for money, I'm not answering. If I know you always being weird and trying to make me feel some type of way, I'm not answering. I'm not about to talk to you. If my girl want to argue, I'm going to go somewhere else. Whatever, bro. I ain't going to lie. The only person that should get a reaction out of you is your kids. And if you got a partner who you believe is conscious. Other than that, anybody else trying to get a reaction out of you, they should not. They should not. Stop allowing people to drain you. Stop giving out your money. Your money is your energy. Stop giving that shit away to people who don't reciprocate energy. You better off going to get a homeless man $10 before you give it to a motherfucker who say they gonna pay you back and don't. The homeless man, you gonna get it back because what you put out, you get back. But when a motherfucker say I'm gonna pay you back, man, and they don't, and you giving them shit, they just draining your energy. Stop letting people drain you, man. Learn how to avoid motherfuckers. All right. Number 9, timing is everything. Yo, listen. A lot of y'all would have been super rich already had you not been a procrastinator. Stop procrastinating. That is killing you. A lot of y'all don't realize time operating differently. This results you're going to get today is not going to be the same results as tomorrow. So when you get an idea and something says, yo, I need to do this, yo, I need to do that, just do it. Don't put it off, because you never know. That idea could be a portal into your highest timeline. You might drop the right video at the right time and that shit going viral. Now you got a big following out of nowhere. Stop procrastinating, bro. You don't get the same results by putting it off tomorrow, I promise. Love from the Midwest. I love the Midwest. You already know. Chi-Town. Yo. Number 10. Codes and frequencies are tools. All right? Codes and frequencies are tools. Yo, the matrix operates in numbers. You got to learn how to speak the universal language. This is the easy way to manifest, man. Yo, YouTube, I love y'all. I'm out of here. So, TikTok, Facebook. Yo, listen. I'm about to show y'all, man. Anybody who's serious about this information, man, this is my viral book right here. It's called Decoding the Matrix. Now, I've already made over $1 million in the last couple years selling my book. Everybody, we way over 25K, so we had like 100K almost now. We didn't sell a lot of this book. We made a lot of money. But it's not about the money. It's about the results. I've helped so many people with this book. And if you don't have this book, you need to get it, man. This book is going to give you everything that you need. All right. 111's in the chat to everybody that already has this book. If you have this book and it's working for you, drop a 111 on me. Now, this book right here, bro, it's going to give you all the codes and it's going to teach you how to use the codes. Now, anybody who's serious about this matrix shit and you want to break the matrix, this is information that you cannot get anywhere else. I highly recommend that you go ahead and get this book. It's only $50. The thing that makes this book so rare is that you only can get it from me. It's not on Amazon. You have to get it through my lives or by clicking that link in the bio. Now, guys, this book is going to change your life. And listen, I'm not even about to tell you nothing. I'm just about to prove to you how this shit's so real. So, anybody who's in pain right now, we're going to get rid of your pain using this pain code to show you that the codes do work. We're going to take the pain out your body right now on this live. Who's in pain? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're feeling some type of pain. This book right here is about to, we about to take the pain out your body with this code. And this is going to show you that this is the real sauce. I don't do all that talking. I just prove by example and results. And anybody that has this book, they'll tell you it's the best $50 they ever spent. So, if you're in pain right now, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to focus on the pain. Now, I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to say, universe, give us more power to manifest using this code. After I say that, I'm going to say pain code. Then I'm going to run this code right here, 2331443. We're going to say this code until the pain leaves your body. It's only going to take 1 minute. All right, let's try it, chat. All right, 1, 2, 3, universe. Give us more power to manifest using this code, pain code, 2331443. Right now, you should be repeating this code with me while you focus on your pain. 2331443. Let's say it again. 2331443. 2331443. Keep going, chat. 2331443. 2331443. 2331443. 2331443. 2331443. 2331443. 10 more seconds, chat. 2331443. Damn, we did this right at 11. It's about to be 11:11. 23. Somebody said I got rid of my hangover. 2331443. Chat, if this is taking the pain out your body, go ahead and write no pain in the chat. Go ahead and write no pain in the chat, man. It's currently 11:11. This is major confirmation. Got rid of my chest pain from a cold. As you can see, all these people on TikTok spamming no pain. We can't make this shit up. Somebody said, what the fuck? YouTube, what's good? Y'all take y'all pain away? Write no pain in the chat, YouTube. Listen, man. Hey, look, I just got the information. If you want it, it's a $50 energy exchange. This information is going to change your life. The money codes work. The health codes work. Guys, we are living in times where we have the ability to glitch our reality. You are not paying me for the codes. We are only simply making an energy exchange. I took my time and energy to make this book, and that's all we're doing, an energy exchange. Now, when you get this book, you're not just going to get that book. So for the $50, you're going to get my whole catalog, which is over $100. So if you get this book today on this live, you're getting all these books with it, right? You're also going to get this book right here. This is called Accessing the Akashic Records. This book right here is going to teach you how to tap in with the Akash. A lot of people ask me, they say, yo, Jay, how do you know the things that you know? I tap in with the Akashic Record. And this book gives you the same technique and the same mantras that I say, so you can tap in with as well. All right. Not only are you going to get that book, you're going to also receive this book right here. This is called Unlocking Your Power with the Use of Nature. Unlocking Your Power with Nature. This book right here is going to help you unlock your spiritual abilities. All right, telekinesis, aerokinesis, telepathy, mind control. A lot of you have these type of gifts and powers. This book is going to help you unlock them with nature. In order to unlock these gifts, you have to unlock your chakras. Now, I do see people clicking the link in the bio, buying my book. Don't go to the link, yo. I'm gonna show you how you can get the $50 deal right here on this live. Just wait. All right. Because I don't want you to have to buy all of them separate. If you will if you click the link. So just give me a second. I'm gonna show y'all how you can get them. I do see y'all buying them already, but to the people that did buy them with the link, I'm gonna make sure I get you all the books. Just give me a second. Now, this right here, man, this book is gonna teach you how to sun gaze, moon gaze. It's gonna teach you how to sun gaze, moon gaze, ground yourself to the earth and interact with the ocean. I just went to the beach last week and reactivated through my ocean ritual. This book gives you access to all of that. All right, you need that. Not only are you going to receive that book, last but not least, you're going to receive this one right here. This is called 3 Love Spells that'll bring them back and make them go. Now, I made this love spell book because as a chosen one, we are heavily attacked by witches and warlocks. All right, they're using love spells, magic, death magic, all types of magic. This book counteracts that shit. All right. Anybody who's in a toxic relationship, people won't let you go. Anything, you're being bullied at work, whatever. This book, you need it, man. This is gonna help you. Now, these are real spells and they do work. Guys, I ask you, please use this only for your protection and only with good intentions in your heart for you and yours. Do not use this for selfish gain or to make somebody like you or some weird shit. Only use this for your protection if you're being attacked. All right. This book is gonna help you. Now, guys, if you want to get all of these energetic tools on your phone right now, sent to you for $50, this is how you get it. This is what you got to have. First, you got to have $50. You can't get the book. You can't make the energy exchange if you don't got the energy to make it. So you need 50 bucks. All right, now, how do you get them? You can order this book through, if you want to get the $50 deal, you can order through PayPal, Revolut, Chime, Venmo, Cash App, Apple Pay, or Zelle. Now, how this works, you're going to send the money, send the screenshot, send your email. I'm sending you the PDFs. All right, these are ebooks. They're coming directly to your email. I've been doing it like this for 3 years. I don't leave the live until everybody receives their books. And that's how we do it. So if you're ready to make this energy exchange and you want to get these books right now, drop a 1 in the chat and let's do it. It's just 50, bro. All right, let me see. Satch Solution. send me a DM. DM me on TikTok with your payment method. Savannah, DM me on TikTok with your payment method. Savannah, your profile is private, so you're going to have to add me. I just sent you a friend request. You're going to have to accept it to send a message. Cosmos, DM me the payment method you want to use. Elizabeth the First, 101. DM me the payment method you want to use. Light Cream. Your profile's private. You gotta accept my follower. My follow request and then DM me. SCA, DM me the payment method. A real piece of work. DM me the payment method, my love. Send it to me on DM so I can give it to you. I can't put it in the chat. You gotta DM me. Chicho, DM me. Monique, DM me so I can give you the cash app. Monique, DM me so I can give you the cash app. Your profile is private. Everybody who's asking for the link on YouTube. All right, this if you want to get the $50 deal, you can do it like this, YouTube. You can come to TikTok, get in my DMs. I'm about to DM these people now and get them these books. Or you can drop a $50 super chat and then just put your email in the super chat. So how you need to write your email in the super chat, you need to just write your email. Don't put the @ sign. So put whatever your email is, space, and then put Gmail or whatever. All right. So you can do it like that. So if you on YouTube, get the $50 super chat, put your email without the @ symbol, and then I got you. All right, I'm gonna send it to you right now. Or come to TikTok and get in my DMs. All right, I'm DMing y'all now, TikTok. Let's go. If y'all need my Cash App, YouTube, I can't pin my Cash App. All right, Monique, I'm giving you the Cash App right now, Monique. So, TikTok, make sure when you send your money, you send a screenshot. The screenshot enables you to always come back and get these books. All right? All right? Screenshots always come back and somebody said he's not scamming you, he's trying to fire the grid. You smart man. All right, you always be able to come back and get the books, man. So make sure you send a screenshot. Let me see. Jamil Johnson, I'm giving you the Apple Pay. Chat, make sure y'all send me a DM, man. Anybody that want to get these books, make sure you DM me the payment method that you're trying to use. Chicho, check your joint. Yeah, your email will come on the chat, bro. A real piece of work. I'm sending you the Venmo right now, love. SCA, I'm sending you the Cash App right now, brother. Savannah, I'm sending you the Zelle right now, love. Elizabeth, I'm DMing you. Yeah, you can come back to the next live too, yo. Hey yo, so Zombie, you said fake accounts are DMing you. Yo, all them fake accounts that's getting y'all DMs, it's not me, bro. They're gonna do that. This is my only account. Jamil, I got your Apple Pay. What's your email? I'm sending to you now, Jamil. Brent Davis just ordered on Cash App. Yo, Monique, let me ask you this, Monique. Why in the hell are you in my DMs asking me which profile is me? The one you talking to, I'm DMing you right now. Them other profiles ain't me. I just said that. The fuck wrong with y'all, man? Y'all be acting crazy as shit. I'm just saying that's so weird to me. That make me feel like you in my inbox playing with me or some shit. Yo, chat. Anybody who is really wanting to get these books, man, drop a one in the chat. Don't get in my DMs with that weird shit. Know what I'm saying? I'm looking, SCA. I got your Cash App, bro. Deja, DM me the payment method you want to use. All right, SCA, I'm sending your books right now. Let me know when you got them. All right, Jerez, DM me the payment method, Jerez. Guys, if it is not this, if it is not this page right here that's live on your TikTok, it is not me. Please, if it's not this page where you see me talking to your ass right now live, nigga, it's not me. All right, that's it. Don't get tricked. It's the Africans. All right, SCA, you got them? Jamil, I'm sending yours now. I just got paid on PayPal. Nah, you can do Cash App, Venmo, Chime, Revolut, Apple Pay, Sat Solutions. What's your email? I got your payment on PayPal. Jamil, check your DMs. I mean, check your email. I'm sending it to your iCloud now, Jamil. All right, you got them already? All right, cool. Satch. Sending yours right now, Satch. Satch, I just sent yours. SCA, Satch, I just sent yours. Um, all right. A real piece of work. Check your DMs. I sent you the Venmo. Savannah, I sent you my Zelle. Cosmos, you got the Cash App in your DM. Check. Light Cream, you got my Zelle. All right, Sat, you got yours for sure. All right, chat. Anybody else want to get these books, man? Um, Let me know. YouTube, if you want to get them, you can DM me on Instagram or Facebook. It don't matter. James, what's up, bro? Thank you. Yeah, I be going live like I be up here, yeah. Definitely tomorrow. Yeah, bro. These motherfucking the Africans, man. They 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 go hard for the scam, man. Goddamn Africans. Nah, it's the Africans, gang. It ain't the Indians. It's the fucking Africans. It's the Nigerians who doing it. This ain't about color. It's about these niggas is the ones doing it. Monique, it's the Nigerians. Could be Indians too, but I know it's definitely the Africans though, because they be trying to get me. They be trying to get me, gang. Monique, I need your email. All right, Monique, I'm sending it to you right now, Monique. Shout out to Monique. Yeah, these profiles always doing it. They gonna definitely follow you. Anybody else want to get these books, chat? They've been doing this shit since the 80s, the Africans. They real, man. Them bitches is tough. Yeah, report them. Yeah, Monique, I got it. The ones who don't bathe. All right, chat. I'm out, man. If there ain't nobody else that want to get these books, man, shout out to everybody that did purchase, man. I guarantee you, you're gonna feel like it's the best 50 you ever spent. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man.